Welcome to another ICP update. So let's actually start on the daily chart today. I still believe that we are in a B wave to the downside and maybe we have bottomed, but I cannot really confirm that because the pump that we got after that is nothing too significant. Now I need to go only 4 hours for this, unfortunately. So as you can see, we had this bounce right here, but this is nothing too significant. And the RSI is not doing anything either, so it's really hard to say what's going on right now. Now, the B wave does have 3 waves down. You could say that, but, the C wave of the B wave, there's not really done in my opinion, so I think it's likely that we get another low, which could put us below the 0.618 level. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Now, do not forget, the invalidation point for the A wave is at about $6.79, so we could realistically drop that level in the B wave and it would be fine, but honestly we don't need to drop that much. It's only a B wave, and assuming this is a B wave, by the way, this is a hopium count right now. Maybe we are doing something entirely different. Maybe we are about to go down a lot. Maybe we'll put in anywhere lower lowing the second wave move down very, very soon. I don't know. Counting the waves on this chart, it's not difficult, but it's definitely a challenge because the price has been going sideways since like June, so it's hard to say what's happening and it's hard to say what's actually going on right now. Now, if we are in a bullish scenario right now, like I said, we need a C wave of this third wave right here, the green third wave, and that C wave needs to get to at least the 200% extension of this 1-2 setup right here, and that is at $13.79. Now, before I continue, I have to mention that I know this can be boring, and I know that a lot of people are losing patience, but I still believe we will get an altcoin season soon. And like I said, if we do not get one in October, then it's going to be very likely that we are going to have to wait until December. And then by the end of the year, we will start the altcoin season and Bitcoin dominance will finally start dropping and ICP will be able to go on a third wave move to the outside. Now, like I said multiple times, ICP is not affected by the Bitcoin dominance chart as much as the other altcoins, because ICP is not really a huge altcoin. It only has a market cap of around, I don't know, probably like 4 billion right now. And when you compare it to Ethereum or Solana or some other coins, that's nothing. So of course it's not going to react to Bitcoin dominance as much as these coins. But in my opinion, we still need Bitcoin dominance to top before we can actually go up on the ICP chart, just because that's what usually happens. Bitcoin dominance stops, then we get the altcoin season, and that's when the altcoins go up. Of course, you could say that some altcoins, for example Render, already had an altcoin season, and maybe you're right. Maybe these coins already had an altcoin season, and even Solana, it only went up, so maybe it's not going to go up as much during the altcoin season. But that does not really matter because, ICT has not gone up a lot since the bear market though. Yes, it did go up like 600%, but you have to keep in mind that the chart was pretty much in a downtrend and it went from about $86 to about $2 in the bear market. And of course, another argument is that, of course, this went down. This was launched at the end of the bull market and it only was alive for the bear market. So yes, it does make sense that it only went down. And ICP is still looking strong right now. We have this 1-2 setup right here and it's holding support levels quite well. So it's looking very bullish in my opinion. And if we do get another low in the second wave move down, that's going to be nothing to be concerned about because we are so far away from invalidating the 1-2 setup. I think right now the only way to actually invalidate the 1-2 setup would be if Bitcoin went into a bear market. So if Bitcoin goes for like 30k right now, of course ICP will drop below $2.80. But I don't think that will happen. I don't think that's possible right now. So we will most likely not invalidate the 1-2 setup. And if we do not invalidate it, at some point we need a third wave move up. And that will happen once we get an altcoin season. However, if we do not get an altcoin season by the end of the year, so if we do not top on the Bitcoin dominance chart by the end of September, then I'm probably going to start turning bearish because we don't have that much time left. I mean, in my opinion, Bitcoin will top in October of 2025, and the altcoins will most likely top in, let's say, April or May of next year. So we realistically have another 6 or 7 months to finish the altcoin season. I mean, the altcoins cannot have an altcoin season when Bitcoin gets to like new all-time highs. That's not really what happens in an altcoin season. So we cannot do both of these things at the same time. We have to do them separately. And usually we start with the altcoin season, but the altcoin season happens after Bitcoin goes to new all-time highs. But you could argue that the coin already went to new all-time highs, but, we only went to like 73K and the previous all-time high was like 61K or so, so that was not really enough to trigger an altcoin season. Now, what do I believe will trigger an altcoin season? Well, if Bitcoin goes to 100K by the end of the year, I think that's going to trigger the altcoin season, and that's going to start the start wave move on the ICP chart. Anyways, let's continue with the wave count. So I was talking about this 1-2 setup right here, and about the third wave that we need to get right here. So like I said, we only have 2 waves of the third wave right here. Now, the A wave has 3 waves. As you can see, we have an ABC here. And the B wave also has an ABC, but the C wave is not done yet. And of course, I could label this as a WXY structure, but that does not really matter right now. I'm just going to keep it as an ABC. Now, why do we need this third wave right here? Well, because after this third wave, we'll need a fourth wave, and then we'll need a fifth wave. And if we get that fifth wave, which by the way should get to be 200% extension of this 1-2 setup right here, that will complete the third wave of the 1-2 setup right here. And if we complete that third wave, it's going to become very likely that the low is already in. Now, it's not going to confirm it. To confirm that the low is in, we need 5 waves. So after the third wave right here, we still need a 4 and a 5. But, if we do get a third wave, I mean, the chances of the low being in right here are going to be very, very high. But of course, we need 5 waves. And if we get these 5 waves, that will complete this first wave move to the outside. Then of course, you can expect a second wave move down. And then after that, you can expect a third wave. And this is the third wave of the main third wave move to the outside. And this could be very, very bullish, obviously, because a third wave of a third wave is usually the most impulsive. So this could put us at new all-time highs, in my opinion. Now, probably not the third wave right here. Most likely this third wave will put us at new all-time highs. But yeah, I mean, there is potential for ICP to go up a lot in this cycle, at least in my opinion, and this is not financial advice. And like I said, I don't know what will happen after the third wave right here. I mean, it's very hard to tell what will happen. Maybe we'll get a fourth wave. Everyone will think the bull market is over, and then we will bounce and get a fifth wave, and then we'll go into the bear market. I mean, nobody really knows what will happen, to be honest with you. So it's really hard to say right now. But if we do form 5 waves up, I mean, that would be very, very bullish, because that would form a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, and that would form a first wave move up. Then in the bear market, we would need a second wave move down. So that means we would need an ABC structure. And if we do form an ABC structure, then in the next bull market, we could get a third wave of this very large 1-2 setup. And I mean, honestly, that could put us at like $500 or so. But of course, that will only happen if ICP goes to like $150 in this cycle. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know what will happen, obviously. But anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.